Hi, this is my attempt to reconcile what happened in Star Trek, J.J. Abrams' cover in 2009, with what happened in the real universe, the Universe Prime, that's taken from Spock Prime as credited in the film. I'm trying to do this for all the good Trekkies out there who've been fans since the show came out. I myself had committed most of my teen years to memorizing everything in the Star Trek Encyclopedia, as well as becoming a super fan of everything time travel. So here goes. Everyone's all tripping about Kirk, so I'll save him for last. Let's go with the Enterprise. Everyone's like, hey, it was originally, made in 2245, and Captain April was the original captain. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It shows that the maiden voyage occurred in 2258 when Kirk was 25 years old and Captain Pike was still the captain and Spock was still on board and, well, Uhura, Sulu, and Chekhov were all on it. Now, Chekhov I'll get to later. First of all, Wikipedia says the Enterprise is 3,000 feet long. That's 914 meters. Memory serves, that's like 200 meters bigger than the Enterprise E, which was the super awesomest of the Starfleet ships. Its launch was delayed for 13 years, and it looks a lot different. The only way that can really be explained is to go back to the first temporal violation, which was when Nero's ship showed up in 2233 and destroyed the Kelvin. Kelvin was never referred to in the original series, so for all intents and purposes we can't deny that it did exist, but that it went as an unremarkable survey ship. If you look on the Kelvin, its technology is a lot cooler than the stuff that we saw in the original series, and the best explanation I have to explain that was that it was a prototype. It came out with this new technology, and because it served a meager existence in the original timeline, its design was never replicated. However, because of Nero's intrusion, the ship got to show what it could do, and of course there was an investigation into if it held up exactly as it was supposed to and all that other stuff. And in that investigation, the designers came forward and said, hey, look, we designed that ship to put up with that, and it held up way better than we even thought it would. So Starfleet decided to contract the company to promote the future production of the other ships. Since the Enterprise was originally like 400 meters long originally, and now it's 3,000, that would make sense that it would be delayed for a few years, being 7 times its original size. And if these guys are behind it, that would explain why engineering looks like a real engineering station instead of a casual chamber with an office. Let's see, what else do I have written down here? The uniforms aren't the same as when we witnessed them in Captain Pike's The Cage, and another justification for that is whoever designed those uniforms or wanted them to be implemented got the job done a lot sooner based on some kind of fallout from the Kelvin's destruction. People want to know why Nero wasn't blowing up planets during his 25-year hiatus. And first of all, he had to wait for Spock to show up. And secondly, there's rumors online that there were deleted scenes, that he was supposed to be at Rura Penthe, and that's what you find out in the movie where the 47 Klingon ships get blown up. Yeah, it pretty much explains itself. I'm guessing that Nero's ship was pretty fucked up from the Kelvin's suicide attack, and since they were already on the border of Klingon space anyway, they went to Klingon space to try and fix up their ship and blew up a bunch of stuff. Nero was singled out, got captured, and while the rest of the Romulan crew was fixing the Narada, he plotted his revenge against Rura Penthe. Now, I'm hoping that he blew up Rura Penthe, but I don't remember if the communication that Uhura intercepted said anything about lightning in space or anything like that. So that's all up for grabs there, and J.J. Abrams can do what he wants with that. Let's go with Chekhov. Yeah, Chekhov. 17 years old in 2258. Original Chekhov Prime was born in 2245. He should be 13, right? Well, apparently he was born in 2241. Now a lot of you are like, that can't happen, genetics, whatever. And I'm saying to you, if a dad wants to name his firstborn son Pavel, it's going to happen regardless of when he's born. It just so happened that, again, because of the disturbance that occurred with the Kelvin, Chekhov's dad was like, I'm having a son sooner. And he did. And he named it Pavel Andreevich Chekhov. And it's the same guy. Now, Starfleet, his Starfleet code probably isn't 656-3827B anymore because he entered Starfleet a lot earlier. And it also explains why he doesn't have Davy Jones' haircut. So, there's that. Spock and Uhura. Weird. Never referred to in the original series. Why? Probably didn't happen, because it would have been referred to. Or maybe Spock just made Uhura forget using the mind meld. However, I'm thinking that because of the disturbance with the Kelvin, somebody who went on to teach that communications course that Uhura attended never went there, and Spock ended up facilitating the instruction. This enabled a much more efficient education for Uhura, as she has now learned pretty much every major language in the Federation, which is very important for a communication officer, as evidenced by Hoshi Sato from Enterprise. This teacher-student relationship evolved into a romantic overture somehow, as maybe Uhura realized that she never would have gotten this good of an education. She wouldn't be where she is without Spock. And maybe Spock's fascination with Uhura's abilities and potential it was only logical to pursue. Yeah, he's going to be pretty pissed off after, because Amanda died probably 20 or 30 years earlier than she should have. Well, okay, so 30, because we see her in Star Trek 4. And they won't even be a Star Trek 4, at least the beginning, because of Vulcan's kind of gone. Anyway, I'm going to make another video, because I have to stop this.